On SPN, Albert Pardo will be talking about Star Wars The Last Jedi.
And we will be talking about the Miami Heat. SPN starts now!
Good morning, Wolfpack! My name is Diego Peraza.
And my name is Jonathan Ferrero, and this is your SPN News for the day.
Students, welcome back, and a very late Happy New Year to all. You all had a good Christmas break, and we know some of you are probably kind of disappointed about being back. But not to worry, because from the 23rd to the 30th is Spirit Week. So be ready to have a lot of fun, and I mean a lot of fun this month.
Also, remember not to lose your student IDs, or else you will be charged $25 for a new ID. And now, let's send it up to Andre with your sports.
Good morning, Wolfpack. I'm Andre Goran with your sports for today. The Miami Heat are on a hot streak for the past 6 games. They are improving their record little by little. The Heat are focused on making the run into the playoffs. Let's go, Heat!
Good morning, Wolfpack. This is Christopher Teleso, your local news. A recent congressional investigation has been going on right now, with a 4% stake within the largest federal housing complex in the country, located in New York City, known as Starrett City. A city in which is populated by 15,000 residents that depend highly on the guarantees by the government. Mr. Trump's former company, Trump Towers, has a 4% stake, and not to mention, due to the fact that he did not disclose much of his financial foreclosures, he could in which be receiving immense profits of $36 million if a deal in which passed up by a court goes through, even though the deal is being challenged by others in the project itself. This has been Christopher Teleso, your local news.
A new modern reboot of the 1995 board game extravaganza Jumanji will come out in December 20th this year, directed by Jake Kasdan, and is about 4 teenagers who are sucked into the world of Jumanji in the form of a retro video game. The actors playing the avatars in Jumanji are Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan. Jumanji is a game that plays you. Like most movie reboots, they earn a lot of money in the box office, but never hold up to the original version. However, we will see how this movie plays the game when it comes out in years. This is Luke Kobus, reporting for SPN.
Star Wars The Last Jedi takes place immediately after its predecessor, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and features many new and old faces. Returning to the Star Wars universe once again is Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, Finn, played by John Boyega, Poe Dameron, played by Oscar Isaac, Princess/General Leia Organa, played by the late great Carrie Fisher, and after being away for many years, we get the long-awaited and highly anticipated return of the greatest Jedi ever known, Luke Skywalker, played brilliantly once again by Mark Hamill. The film centers mostly around Rey training with Luke and learning the ways of the Jedi. However, Luke Skywalker isn't the same Jedi we saw many years ago. He is much older and is extremely hesitant on training Rey, as his nephew Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren, destroyed his entire Jedi Academy, and Luke feels responsible. However, as expected, Luke agrees to train Rey and teach her the ways of the Force. All the while, the Resistance is fleeing from the First Order and seeking a safe haven. Only problem is, time is running short. Due to recent debate, The Last Jedi has been declared by many as the most divisive Star Wars movie yet. This is due to the fact that it seems that most people either really love the film or really hate it. Personally, I enjoyed The Last Jedi very much. It's filled with many surprises and twists that nobody saw coming, and I mean absolutely nobody. It's also become a running theme that as the Star Wars movies progress, the space battles get better and better, and The Last Jedi proves that that most certainly is the case. The lightsaber battles are also evolving in their own way, and it's very interesting to see where it's all gonna go. And last but not least, the performances are better than ever, especially from Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill. Despite not receiving closure in this film, Carrie Fisher gives one final performance as Leia, and it truly stands out. And while many fans are divided on the overall thoughts and opinions on this movie, it seems like everyone can agree that this is the best performance Mark Hamill has ever put on as Luke Skywalker. He steals every scene that he's in, and I, among many fans, are interested to see what Episode 9 has in store for the character. However, with that all being said, The Last Jedi is not a perfect movie. The Last Jedi suffers from, at times, inconsistent pacing, various obnoxiously absurd plot holes, and a side story that more or less does fit into the story, but feels forced and very, very out of place at times. It kinda adds on to the argument that fans have about this not feeling like a true Star Wars movie, and at times it really doesn't. Basically, when the movie isn't doing good, it's really not doing good. Overall, Star Wars The Last Jedi is an excellent addition to this ongoing franchise, entertaining enough to bring in new fans and keep old ones glued to their seats. I highly recommend you see this movie if you haven't already, but be very cautious as you never know what's going to happen, because this probably really isn't going to go the way you think.
Well, that's all we have for today.
Have an awesome day.